Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we're back with more Lover Pretend. Going to pray that everything goes right this time. I've switched back to my normal recording software just to see, because I'm starting to think, it worked for an hour, for the last part basically, that maybe it's not my capture card, it's not the connection. I mean, I did unplug and replug everything, so like that could have been it, but I think it might just be my computer is stupid and slowly like has tech Alzheimer's and doesn't understand how it's supposed to work, because the Wi-Fi adapter doesn't fucking work, so I have to hardwire in to get internet on my damn computer now. And also apparently all three USB ports you can't have things plugged into. Not sure why I have 3 USB ports if you can't plug things into them. What's the point? But okay, that's just me though. Let's make 3 ports, but you can't use all of them. Then why do I have 3? What's the fucking point? And it could just be because like having my Seagate plugged in could be the problem. Like whereas if I had something else, maybe it's not a problem, but maybe it's using too much resources so that it just shuts off my capture card. Because, like, my mouse doesn't really use much of it, you know what I mean? But whatever, I don't know. So it seemed to be fine when I didn't have my Seagate plugged in. And then I had to check something on it, so I had to plug it in, and then my Elgato capture card was still on, and it lost a signal, and then my mouse wasn't working, and I just think my computer can't handle having 3 things plugged in at once. So, yeah, we are slowly sliding as I'm gripping the sand that's running out from underneath my fingernails, and I'm falling down the cliff, and I'm trying very hard to scramble back up, but we're sliding into, I need a new fucking computer, but like, I can't. I mean, I have the money for a new computer, but I don't want to spend the money. I am old, and I used to be that like, oh, my phone's like a year old, time to get a new one, and I'm like, is it broken? It works fine. It only works like 18% of the time, but whatever. Like, my cell phone's gotten to the point where now I'm like, I just unplug. How did I lost like 80% of my battery in the last like 2 minutes? Whatever. Just plug it in all the time. It's fine. It's fine. Whatever. I am old. I don't want to get new things. I like the things I have. They still work. You know, I've definitely slipped into that ancient old thing because like, my friend makes fun of me because I have a flat screen TV. A small one. Like, it's like a 15-inch, maybe, not even, and it has a built-in DVD player. I got this thing like 20 fucking years ago. I swear, every time I say 20 years ago, I'm like, I fall apart a little bit more inside. There's not much of me left. I'm like Swiss cheese at this point, okay? But like, because when I was living with my ex-husband, that my craft room or my gaming room was the guest bedroom, and so I had a little TV so I could like watch things in there while I played games or I did craft stuff or whatever, you know? So that was that. And my friend makes fun of me because he's like, when was the last time you watched that? And I'm like, I don't know, like my sister. No, when was the last time you used it? And I'm like, I don't know, like 20 years ago. I'm like, get rid of it. I'm like, why? It still works and it's useful. Like, I mean, my sisters, when they came to my house once, probably in 2016, 15, I don't even remember. Might have been 15 or 16. When we went to a Barry Manilow concert and they were sleeping in the guest room, and my sister likes to watch stuff to fall asleep. So I was like, here you go. Here's some stuff on DVD. And they used it. So, and it's my exercise TV. Not that I exercise, but like all my Zumba DVDs that I just laugh because it's like, when was the last time I did this? Is me being over there. Like, I had a VCR and I kept those Billy Blank's Tybo tapes that I had. This is why and then meanwhile there's other parts I'm like, why do I keep this shit? Just check it out. Whatever. I don't know. You never know when you might want to use it. As soon as you get rid of something, you're like, I shouldn't have gotten rid of that. I got rid of a jacket, like a blazer that had been in my closet for frickin' forever. And now I'm like, before I moved, so it was like a year ago, and I'm like, why? Why did I get rid of that? I'm so mad. You know? But it'd probably been sitting in my closet for like 6 years, never having been worn. So I was like, I'd get rid of it. And now I'm like, I know I want it back though. So see, this is why I don't get rid of things. Because I'll want them back. I'm getting old. All right. Anyway, I'm already there. It's getting worse, but I don't want a new computer. Top of my computer has all my stickers on it, and I'm used to that, and I just don't want to spend that, like, $2,000. I spent like $3,000 on this fucking computer, okay? I have learned my lesson, though. Never get an upgraded computer. Buy it straight from the factory. Don't, because this one was upgraded with all this stuff, and, like, the hard drive fell apart 4 months after. I'm like, I spent an extra $500 to get a 2 terabyte hard drive for it to be useless 4 months in. Like, what the fuck? The Wi-Fi adapter does all the... And these are things I could probably pop the back off and fix myself, but I'm like, nah, I don't want to. I don't want to. We just suffer. And we suffer with shit like this. Look, it's still going. We're still recording, I think. So, like, whatever. Anyway, we're doing Harumi's good ending. We managed to get all of Kazuma's endings in one part, but I don't remember how many bad endings he has. Harumi has like 5. Well, we have 5 save files, so he's got like 4 bad endings, but we'll see. We're at least going to start. I think we should be able to get through it all, even if it's a little bit of a longer part. We deserve longer parts after all the bullshit we've had to deal with. So anyway, I've started in our save file too. We're at the Botanical Gardens, and we are going to go home. He was completely immersed. Excuse me, but if you're not here for work, I'm going to go. Goodbye. I headed back to the garden entrance at a brisk pace as Harumi followed me in alarm. But please wait. I just got so excited. Please don't leave. You finally looked at me. I mean, this is such a drama douche moment. Like, I'm going to leave. Like, girl, get over yourself. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sure you're angry. Did you choose this place because it was a site from Atomic Saga? Okay. And then we can skip that, and that's fine. Oops. And then what? I want to take a photo. What? Me? I've never done anything like that before. It'll be embarrassing. Please. I don't know anyone else I can ask for something like this. That may be true, but... Is that a no? Okay, I guess I can do it just this once. How could I refuse when he pleaded like that? Okay. And I don't know if we can skip pretend time. Because I thought in Kazuma's route, we weren't able to do it during the good ending, when we were trying to get the good ending. But then there was a point where we could, and I can't remember, like, why we couldn't at one point do it. Maybe it's because we hadn't, like, you know what I mean? I don't remember. But it was like, shouldn't we be able to do this because we've unlocked skip pretend time? But it wouldn't, like, at the one point we were doing it, it's like, we've unlocked skip pretend time, so why can't I skip the pretend time? Do you remember that? What the hell? What was the scenario behind that? Why couldn't we do it? And then later we could, because like this, when we were skipping through, we got to skip the pretend times in the common route, so... Oh yeah, see, we can't... I don't know, it was weird. That's bizarre. Anyway, if you're skipping a pretend time, make sure to select 1 or 2 answers correct. Okay. Okay. But that was a bad result, so that's a bad episode. I saw episode 6. We got a bad pretend time result. I don't think we saw that because we skipped it, but I'm interested, but I'd like to, but is it okay for me to suddenly come over? What if the director's there? Won't I get in the way? A shadow of anxiety passed over my face. Didn't we kind of say that in the I don't know. You'll be fine. You don't need to worry. When work is like this, he rarely comes home. Okay. Oh, right. And, oh, God, no, this is going to be bad, too, because we say 1 or 2 answers correct. So, again, pretend time results, bad. And then he still said that the last time. Okay, so the outcome is, the outcome changes, like, your relationship, but it doesn't change what happens in the game. So, call him. All right. He appreciates my honesty. I'll just call and ask how he's doing directly. I'll keep worrying otherwise. I mustered up the courage to call him. He answered, but he's silent? Hello, Harumi? It's Spacey and, yes. Did you need something? Now that I hear his voice, I don't know what to say. I wanted to ask if you were okay. Hmm? Such a coward. I give up. Time to just act normal. Sorry, never mind. I was wondering if you'd want to go to the botanical garden again. It might help brighten your mood. And then we end up back here, and then he yells at us. And then we go cry, and then he feels bad, and then Hanai shows up, and Santa's trying to get us back together. And we're imagining Harumi being drunk and belligerent. And then they're all talking to each other, yada yada. Now we ran into each other again, and now we're gonna have our touching moment. Is he gonna kiss us? Does he kiss us still? We're sitting in the thing. Yes, he does kiss us. Okay. Because it's still, we get the good ending. It's the good ending, it's just not the best ending. You know what I mean? So I take the good endings as being like, okay, like, it's going to take us a little bit longer. Like, in the happy ending, it's like, this is perfect. This is exactly where we should be. And in the good ending, it's like, okay, well, we're still going to go for it, and we'll get there eventually. And it's like, you're still on a good path. It's just, it's like chutes and ladders, but you're just going around the board. You never get any of the chutes that take you, or, well, you're supposed to go up to the top. So the ladders are the good ones, right? Yeah, okay, that's it. I don't know. Look, I'm not in elementary school. I remember how to play chutes and ladders, motherfucker, okay? Like, but you know what I mean? You're going around the board on the good ending and you never get any ladder to go to the top. And in the happy ending, you took that long-ass ladder and you were like, boop, right to the good end. So we're like in the middle of the board while the happy end is over there like at the end. You know what I mean? Kind of like that. Afterward, we talked for a long time. Even though we'd only been apart briefly, we chatted as if we were trying to undo the loneliness of ages spent apart. By the way, I watched the DVD I borrowed from you. Again. It's a little different from your usual picks. Maybe it was because it was so focused on romance. Yeah, a lot of us thought you might enjoy it as a romance, too. Us? Me and the folks in the manga club. It was one of the things we discussed. Well, before I quit, I'll go apologize to them soon. I think that's a good idea. I'm glad I can talk about this series with you. Otherwise, it's hard to really enjoy all the emotions and scenes. I've been a little lonely. I'm really sorry. My father wanted to apologize to you, too. He also wanted me to thank you for giving him an opportunity to reconcile with me. No, it was nothing. I felt like I was just going around mucking things up. If I managed in some small way to help you two talk again, I'm glad. Some things just require an alternative approach. Like how Kai and Gerda weren't friends at first. You're right, but that huge pile of tonkatsu at the udon shop ended up kicking off their friendship, like us. Oh, that's a little insight we didn't get in the happy ending. And then there was also the threat of separation, but I think it's possible to overcome all that if you care enough. Kind of like we did. Oh my god, it's so adorable. Yeah. I and Gerda hadn't understood one another in the beginning. Like us! Just like us. Oh, yeah, okay. It was scary to open yourself up to someone. There were days when the fear of not being accepted or just rejected was too much. I'm glad I was able to meet you. Huh? The anime, the fan pilgrimage, and everything else really broadened my horizons. I didn't do that much. In fact, it's you who always helped me. It's thanks to you gathering the courage to invite me out. Thank you. It was nothing. He blushed as his hands moved aimlessly. The fact you wear your heart on your sleeve hasn't changed, though. I don't know how to fix that. I don't think it's something you need to fix. Well, the tea, is it still hot? It's already cool. Oh, you're right. We've been chatting for a while, after all. Finally, we opened the sakura mochi. Sweet bean paste flavor with a hint of salt and scent of sakura blossoms was lovely. After eating in thoughtful silence, Harumi was the first one to speak. It's funny because, like sakura obviously is like a flower, but, like, you think about it, like, there's food like, oh, lavender, or, like, rose petals or something, and you're like, eating flowers is fucking weird. Like, I mean, like, in a sense, you're like, oh, rose flavored or lavender, and you're like, that just seems weird. I don't know, and it's always just soapy to me. Like, maybe we just don't do it right. Western. I don't know. But like when you get like sakura flavored snacks like from Japan and stuff, you're like, there's something about these that are good though. Like they just know how to make flowers taste good. like, you know? But it is weird. I mean, I know there's but it's just I don't know. They're flower petals, like leaves. Like I mean, lettuce is leaves, but you know what I'm saying? Like they smell so pretty, and it's something that like when I mean, again, you have like vanilla, I guess, body scrubs and stuff, but like I love the Japanese cherry blossom like body lotions and stuff, but it's like I can't imagine the scent of that and being like, yeah, I want to eat this, and yet it does taste good. I'm just throwing it out there. Anyway, I need to talk to you about something. What about? Seeing Arumi straighten up made me nervous. Okay, I was gonna say, I think this is all different. I enjoy our time together, but I've been depending on you too much. Even in times where I really need to stand on my own. It's embarrassing to talk about. It's fine, really. You were the one who gave me the opportunity to reconcile with my father, even though I should have faced him on my own long ago. But it wasn't a bad thing to get help from someone when you needed it. I told him everyone had moments like that, but he shook his head. Still, I shouldn't have leaned on you. Relying on you all the time is unbecoming. I want to be more dependable for you. I thought for a second he was going to be like, I need to stand on my own, so we need to be, like, apart for a while. Don't you dare. Because we're dating now, motherfucker. That's why I want to start solo samurai training. What the hell? How? Like, storming the rival dojos? You steal their sign and win? That sort of thing? I won't be stealing signs, though. I want to challenge myself to see how far I can go without relying on you. The Harumi that lacked all confidence when we were first out together was long gone. When we first went out together was long gone. That makes more sense if I read it properly. Anyway, I can only nod. I'll miss you a lot. But you've already helped me so much. That's why I have to see this through by myself. Oh, so we're going to be apart while you do this. This isn't like just a hobby you're going to do on your own. Like, okay, I'm going out with my friends. And you're like, okay, cool, bye, have fun. You know what I mean? Like, people have, like, friend groups, and he going out with his friends to the movies. They do their weekly bro dates, and we do our makeup parties with Kazuma because he's our only friend. But you know what I mean? Like, we can have different hobbies, and you have different likes, and you do things with other people, not just your significant other, but this is more like, I'm gonna go do this, and I'll be away for 3 months. We just got together. What the shit? All right, well, better hope Sena doesn't take me away. He's going to, spoiler alert, because that's the route we do next. Okay. I missed him already, but I was happy to see how strong he'd become. I hadn't had a chance until then, so I handed over the Atsaga poster during the pause. Oh, good, we finally gave it to him. And hold on to this for me. But promise me you'll make an amazing anime that's as great as Atsaga someday. As great as Atsaga? Is it even possible for me to surpass such a legendary series? You can do it. That's why you're going to go training, right? Besides, all apprentices become stronger than their masters. Spacey. And I'll become a screenwriter as good as my mother, too. When that day comes, I'll be able to write an anime script, too. It's so funny because we say this like we're going to be apart for years instead of like a short period of time, but you can make an anime using my script. Harumi looked into my eyes, but he didn't answer. Just kidding. Who knows what the future holds? Of course. What? But one day I'll definitely make an anime with your script. I promise. Harumi, it's a promise then. Yeah. By the way, are you able to write romance better now? I'd pretended to be in love with Harumi, and along the way, our relationship had become real. I'd learned a lot about a lot of things. I wasn't sure how that would translate into my scripts, but I was certain our time together had been a positive influence. I don't know yet, but I think I've become a better writer than before. Professor Asagi had pointed out from the start that my romantic scenes lacked something. The tempo of the casual conversation is nice. In fact, I think it's rather well written. The problem is the romance scenes, right? Yeah. When you introduce romance into your scenes, it feels like I'm being fed one cliche after another. In a word, it's unrealistic. That's technically 3 words, 2 if we count the contraction. I'm pretty sure we've judged him on this before. In a word, it is unrealistic. 3 words. I don't care if you combine 2 and contracted them. Still, more than a single word. Listen. Gonna judge us on romance and technicalities. I love him. I was sure there were still many scenes that were clunky, but I'd been able to dig deeper into the realistic side of romance. Most importantly, I wasn't afraid to face others anymore. Although I'm sure Professor Asagi would say I still have a long way to go. Once you overcome that hurdle, your work will be unstoppable. Unstoppable? I'm sure you'll be able to write something that pulls everyone in. When you say it, makes me hope it'll turn out that way. I have to train myself more too. What is it? I have to hurry. Huh? If I don't, you'll become a popular writer before I'm ready. Once that happens, you won't even consider me when I ask for your writing. That won't happen. I'm the one looking forward to your work the most. I love the fact that he's like, I have to hurry and get good because otherwise you're never going to give a script to me. We're dating. We're going to basically get married. So, like, that's weird. No, sorry, husband. Not giving you anything. What the shit? Come on. You say this like we're just chums. We kissed in that thing. We're dating now. We might be in baby step relationship, but we're basically getting married down the road. Okay, then. Let's both do our best. We linked our pinkies firmly. Right. I'll never forget my promise to you. Or my first comrade. Aww. The end. Yep. I don't know. And even though this is the same, we can't skip it. That's the only thing I hate. I understand we'll see now when we see this. I understand the best ending ones because it shows you like his CGs and stuff like that. So that one's fine to me. I understand why we can't skip that. But the normal ending like this and then the bad endings, all the things are the same. And it just bugs me when I can't, like, those are my pet peeves of games. I can't skip the credits. Or like for some reason this one, when we started Harumi's route, I couldn't skip the intro. And you can usually skip the intro scene. Like, why couldn't I? I don't know. Maybe my Switch was just being a bitch. I don't know. But you can't skip that. I swear we skipped it in Kazuma's. I don't even know. You can't skip the credits. And when you go into the gallery and you click the A button for next, it doesn't just loop through like the versions of that thing. It goes back to the main menu, and I hate that. That's my biggest pet peeve. I can handle the credit thing, although it gets like, okay, I've seen the credits 78 times because I have to watch them through every ending. And like, you know, and when you do like now we're going to do like 4 bad endings. I don't want to watch the credits. Actually, I don't think there's credits after the bad endings. I think it's just like bad end and then you're done. So I guess it's not too bad. And you do get to see the CGs, but it is kind of one of those like, you know, you've seen it 32 times. So it's kind of like, maybe we could just let us skip it after you see it the first time. I know it's like, well, the game knows when you do a route like what you've seen. It knows when you've skipped through language you've seen, so it knows that you've seen those credits before, you know. And again, and I've said it before, like I get it why you read the credits because it's important to give credit to all those people who did that. But again, I've seen the credits 37 times. Like, it's a lot. So, anyway, we'd been working toward our dreams ever since we'd made that promise to each other. You stop it! But the birds are not with me, and now he's being a fucking douche. I haven't heard from him in a while. I hope Harumi's doing okay. We've been in constant contact at first, but over time, the messages began to slow. Well, that's depressing. A few years had passed since graduation, and working as a writer kept me busy and distracted. Wait. We kissed. All of that, but now we went our separate ways for years? Is that what happened? I don't think that happened in Kazuma's route. Wasn't it kind of like, oh, you'll be a pretty bride someday? Like, he dressed us up and it was like, we're going to fall in love eventually. But, like, this just seems weird. I wasn't fully a screenwriter yet, but whether I was writing letters or scripts, I was able to make ends meet with just my writing. After graduation, Harumi started working with an anime studio. I was sure he was busy working with his peers, making new titles. I've heard working in the anime industry is pretty rough, but I'm sure he's willing to take on the challenge. I hadn't had a new text message from him for a while, but I still found myself reminiscing at times. This is depressing. This isn't a good end. This is a depressing end where, like, we haven't talked to each other in a long time, and even though we were supposed to be dating, we're just not. You kissed me and then blew me off for a year? Like, what the shit? Even when the stress became too much to bear, even when I'd break down crying, I kept moving forward with our promise in mind. I must have grown stronger somewhere along the way. It was all thanks to my time with Harumi. Like, what happens if you're not talking to me? It's not like it's long distance and it's difficult. It sounds like, oh, I haven't talked to him in a while. That's not a boyfriend. That's a casual acquaintance. In the end, I never did figure out who my father was, but it didn't haunt me anymore. I was who I was. All I needed to do was put my best foot forward and keep heading toward my goals. I'm sure I've changed since I met Harumi. I kind of hate this quote-unquote good ending. I'm sure it'll, like, tie up nice, but it's like, this hurts. I took my notebook out of my bag to check my schedule. I had one meeting for the day. I arrived a bit too early. I guess jumping on the early train to beat rush hour backfired. I can spend some time rereading the materials. While thinking about the meeting, I absently searched for an available table. Luckily, I found a table by a window where I could look through the documents I'd brought. Even so, I'd already read through the papers so thoroughly I had them virtually memorized. The project had multiple directors working on a central theme, but each with a unique story and approach. The assignment was to create a succinct yet inspirational title. This isn't easy, but they chose me, so I have to do my best. Plus, the concept piqued my curiosity. The materials included a project overview, concept documents, illustrations, and more. It was very well put together by Harumi. Come on. I could feel the creative passion within. I was sure I could create something really fun with a director who was so obviously passionate about the project. I looked through the project packet again. On the last page was a profile of the managing director in charge. I didn't know him. He was quite young, but he'd already gained many accolades and won a number of awards. Unique and flexible, all eyes are on his bright future and his titles that skillfully connect with the audience. He sounds really talented. It's funny that they don't mention a name and it's going to be Harumi, you know what I mean? I've been doing well myself, although I was far from gaining accolades or winning awards. In that regard, I had no idea why this director had asked for me specifically. I sure hope I can pull my own weight. I looked out the window to stave off my rising anxiety. The sky was beautifully clear, which made it easy to look beyond the buildings lining the horizon. Maybe he was like, purposely don't put my name on it. What? I was startled at as my smartphone started ringing. I answered it quickly without checking who it was. Hello? This is weird. I assumed it was Harumi, but I'm just gonna... Okay, I found your picture. It was on the second floor in front of the elevators. I tucked it into a corner there. I was at a loss for words as I heard the voice. Someone very familiar to me. Is it Harumi? What? I'm surprised you still had it with you. Is this... The call ended before I could finish. Taking out my notebook, I quickly flipped to the page where I kept the picture. It's really gone. It must have fallen out on the way to my seat. I was on the second floor, so maybe he was still there. I ran into the hall and looked around. It was definitely Harumi then. Where is... I saw a small square stuck into the corner of the hall. It was my missing picture. Why would he call, tuck it, and disappear? Like, he has to still be around here somewhere. I looked around, but didn't find anyone. And it's weird, like, I mean, he's messing with us, but it's kind of like, you would think, like, wait, but we barely talk. Aren't we dating? Like, I mean, this is weird. Maybe we're not dating, but you kissed me, and we skipped through that scene, and he asked us to ask to be our boyfriend, so, like, but we haven't seen him in a while. This is the weirdest, quote-unquote, good ending. If he put it here, he must know that I'm here. Could have just handed it to me. I felt like I was going to tear up when I heard his voice. I held back my tears and looked at the photo. I'd taken it all the way back at the botanical garden. Harumi looked so surprised. We'd gone there to scout the location, a sacred place from Utsaga. Faint smell of summer still hung in the early autumn air. Harumi's fair complexion was striking against the deep green of the tree. Could have at least said hi to each other. Where was he now? Was he doing all right? There were so many things I wanted to ask him. So many things I wanted to tell him. Guess he didn't have time. He must be really busy, or maybe he was turned off that I still had it? He asked you to okay, I just don't understand this. This is one of those other things that doesn't make sense. If we hadn't had that little scene where he kissed us and that's where he asked us to be, he said he wants to be our boyfriend, whatever, then I would have been like, okay, we weren't really dating, but maybe we'll get there eventually. But that seemed like, so this doesn't make sense. It seems weird. I don't know. Perhaps he'd been disgusted that I still kept the picture with me after all these years. If only I'd left it at home, but for some reason I couldn't stop carrying it around in my notebook. Perhaps it had become something of a good luck charm for me. But maybe it's strange that I've been holding on to it for so long. Even though we were close, it wasn't like we were dating for long. And it was all just pretend anyway. Okay, but what about that scene? Struck me bonkers. Surely Harumi had gotten rid of or lost his copy of the picture by now. Ugh, of all the things to worry about. The meeting was coming up and I needed to focus on the work at hand. Right. The meeting was the most important thing, and Harumi's definitely the director. I tried to forget all about what happened. I returned to my table when I noticed someone standing at the window with their back to me. Why did they look familiar? Is that... My heart seized up in nervous anticipation. I'd seen that back before. Can't be... Couldn't possibly be. I slowly approached the person. Could you imagine if it's not him? It looked like he had something in his hand. With each step, my doubts turned to resolve. There, in his hand, it's our picture. My heart was pounding out of my chest. He heard me approaching and turned around. Oh my god, they changed his outfit. Oh my god. Oh my god, do we get a glow up? Oh my god, stop it. I can't handle this. Oh my god! Stop it! Look, they changed his hair and he's totally different. I'm gonna die. I love this. This is what I'm talking. See, this is all you had to do and I'm fucking sold. 100%. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've loved Harumi during his route, but like this sells it. Look at the hair. They just a little zhuzh. And look at it. Hot AF. Stop it. Oh my god. I was wondering, I'm like, I wonder if they're going to change and put on a different outfit or something, because it's been a couple years, but like, look at how beautiful he is. Stop it, I'm going to die. Oh my god, he's perfect. Son of a bitch, who thought that was... Anyone who played this game knew this shit was coming. You knew, and you were probably just sitting there snickering at me, weren't you? You were like, wait till you see that last CG. Best CG in the game so far. Oh my god, I'm going to die. I fucking love this. Oh my god. I can't handle this. I can't breathe right now. I love this so much. Bravo, game. Bravo. Look at this beautiful bastard. 100% in love. No questioning it. That's it. Although I do think this ending is kind of sad. But it's going to turn out pretty like this. But it's one of those, like, why did he kiss me and, like, ask to be my boyfriend and then we just haven't, and we weren't dating? You know what I mean? Like, that's weird. That scenes shouldn't have been in there. They should have kind of cut that a little bit. You know, but maybe he didn't ask the boyfriend thing. Maybe they skipped over that and, like, because we were skipping through. But, and so, okay. We kissed and then it was like, I'm going to go on with that and don't worry, we'll come back together someday. So we'll just pretend that's the way it happened. Because that's got to be the way it happened. I don't know. Spacey, do you remember our promise? Rumi gave me a warm smile. God, look how gorgeous he is. Stop it. After all that time, it was still the same smile I knew from way back then. I rubbed my eyes. It was definitely Harumi, like 10 times hotter Harumi. Talk about a glow up, Jesus. He was adorable and precious and pretty, and now he is gorgeous. I can't. Sometimes men get way hotter when they get older, and like Harumi's one of those. Like, I'm just saying. But instead of the self-conscious Harumi who jumped its shadows, the Harumi before me had grown into a man, a beautiful one! He smiled at me as he always had, the picture of us in his hand. Don't tell me you think this is a dream. Isn't it, though? Harumi? Yep. Looks like I can finally fulfill my promise to you. Huh? You received the project package, right? Project package? My brain was a knot, but he couldn't mean... I told you, I knew it was him. Don't tell me... I'm the managing director. Didn't you notice? The well-written project plan. I mean, when she sat down and was like, God, it's so well written, and this person... I'm like, duh. I mean, it was obvious. It was obvious even if they hadn't thrown that in, but that just made it super obvious. The passion I could feel in the materials. It all finally made sense. The reason I'd been chosen. The reason I felt I could make something fun with the director. The only thing I couldn't understand was that the name listed... well, I didn't want to be confused with my father, so I changed my name. Mr. Makino was still very famous with his name attached to many shows and movies. But this project isn't animated. I'd call it fate, but I'd been working on my own project when this opportunity came along. My supervisor saw my pitch and sent it into the visual department since he said it sounded perfect for live action. I thought it was a once-in-a-lifetime chance, so I jumped on it. It turns out I like working on live action. I haven't given up on my dream of making an anime, though. I just want to see how far I can go and do my best with what I have now. I didn't know that. I think you made the right call. I have to admit, looking back, I guess helping my father with his movie gave me the experience I needed to do what I'm doing now. I'm not remotely close to his skill level, and I still respect him as a figure in the industry, but one day, I want to become his rival. I'm sure you will, and I'm sure Mr. Makino's looking forward to that day too. Yeah, but right now I have something more important ahead, which is why I sent you the project package. Right. Don't tell me you forgot our promise. I've been working as hard as possible, but you've already done a lot yourself. Scared you wouldn't have time for me. Pursed my lips, wondering why he hadn't just contacted me. He noticed and shook his head, because this is so much more dramatic and romance novel worthy. This is like... I know what you're thinking, but no. I wanted you to evaluate the project without me influencing you. I was planning on surprising you with today's meeting, but then I found that photo. I could have given it back during the meeting, but I called you on impulse. Really? I realized I'd worried for nothing. I really shouldn't have doubted Harumi. Sorry. Honestly, it's okay. I'm just happy you didn't get rid of that picture. It's important to me. And of course I remember our promise. Never forgotten it. Why do you think I keep this picture with me at all times? I took a step closer and Harumi stayed where he was, watching. In my hand was our picture together. Harumi held his too. We didn't actually, unless it's from the cosplay thing, like the picture of the botanical gardens wasn't really together. You know what I'm saying? But whatever. Harumi, I still... She's looking at his lips. Look at that. Please, say it. Spacey, I still love you, and that's never changed. Oh my god, I'm gonna cry. Stop it. It was one of those, like, I love you. We need to be apart for right now so we can grow on our own and come back together. Stop it! I hate it, but I love it. I hate it, but I kind of love it. I hate that we were separated for years, but, like, this is beautiful, and Harumi looks hot as shit, so I'm here for it. It was all I needed to hear, and I jumped into his arms. Goddamn. Okay, you know what? I wasn't a huge fan of this as we started. I'm like, this is a sucky good ending, but I might like this better than the happy ending. It's like, look how adorable Harumi is, but then look how hot he was in that photo. Look, dear, stop it. Fucking A, stop it. I think this might be my favorite, just not happy ending. You know what I mean? Like, you have, like, the, like, bad endings that sometimes you're like, it's so awful, but you like it. But, like, usually the good endings, you're like, okay, they're good. This I think I like better than the happy ending, I'm not gonna lie. It's the CG. It's really just the CG. But there's something about, like, the ridiculous, disgusting romance I love, too. Okay, save file 5. All right, so we're gonna get our bad ending number 1. Ultimate humiliation. Oh no. Oh, okay, we're here. All answers incorrect. Oh no. I love how we get a bad ending. Convince them you're complete strangers. Oh. See, I can't. Why can't I do skipping? That's what I don't like. If you save where it tells you to save, that's what it is. We let the timer run out. Can I skip this? I don't. That's what it is. When you save before the thing. No answer. That's kind of suspicious. What do I do? Anyway, that's what it is. I don't like that. I don't like that they have pretend time, but the pretend time they don't actually let you skip when you save beforehand. You know what I mean? Please don't. I don't like that. I don't like that you can't skip this, technically. That's what it is. And then we let the timer run out on the next one. Yeah. Because I couldn't remember. I'm like, why can't we skip? It's these. And I don't like that. That's stupid. It knows that we've done this before. And it's specifically like, do you want to save here? Yeah, cool. But, like, I guess I really need to, like, know that it's coming up and save beforehand and then not bother with this. Because I don't like that I can't skip it. So I'm going to forget that when we come. It looks so funny in just the tiny puzzle pieces. Alright, anyway. We do episode 1! That's the wrong one. I realized my mistake. Okay, so this is supposed to be the same thing. Okay. Anyway. Miss! Yeah, I know. I don't like that, man. That feels bad. We managed, somehow. It wasn't executed flawlessly, but we'd thrown them off our scent. Just when we were about to take a break. Harumi, are you okay? Harumi collapsed. I crouched and tried to resuscitate him. It surpassed his limit. Fine. Sorry. What should I do? Harumi, you've pushed yourself too much. I need to get you somewhere cool. Huh? She said Harumi! Wait, it's Makino! Kazuma heard me and came rushing over. Oh no. The other two noticed the commotion and ran over too. So then, you're really Ueda. I nodded in resignation. Then you were just trying to hide from us? But he seems to have collapsed from the strain. Yes. No wonder you look so familiar. Why'd you pretend to be strangers? I even sent him your photo. Because... I get it. It's crazy awkward bumping into people you know at events like this. It was exactly as he said. I shouldn't have tried so hard. This is worse than being found out directly. I buried my face in my hands and fainted next to Harumi. Bad end, ultimate humiliation. It's like, it's just cheesy and like, but it's so funny that's the bad end. I just fainted next to him. It's so funny and ridiculous. Yeah, I don't like that because it asks you, did you want to save here for pretend time? You're like, yes. That it won't let you skip pretend time. That's kind of annoying. So I think what we'll have to do is knowing, oh, pretend time's about to come up, save, and then just keep doing it. Because I don't like not being able to skip the pretend times. You know what I mean? I don't like having to go through them, so I really wish there was a way to skip them without, like... So let's see something. Do options? No. That just hides the thing. That's just skipping. Let the timer run out for all choices. Okay. Pretend time, the trust is lost. Because this is what's annoying, is like we gotta do this, and then like... And it's like we've already done this, you know what I mean? So it's kind of annoying. It just takes twice as long to do this. And like, all right, well, all right, da 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 da. You don't even know. Research. It's weird that like you can skip pretend time if you save before, but when it asks you if you want to save and you say yes, that it won't let you skip the pretend time because it acts like you haven't done it. Which is weird because if I saved like a line before and then we loaded, it would let you skip. So I think what I'll just do from now on, if I remember correctly, is not bother saving for here. And like when I'm going through the guide after our choice, when it says save, I'll just save. We'll just have to skip a little bit more, but we won't have to sit here like this and choose the wrong answers, or like this one. I gotta sit here and let the timer run out on all of these, which is killing me. You know what I mean? So anyway. You know, because like that took like 3 times longer than it had to. The trust was lost. Enough of this foolishness. Did you honestly think you could deceive me? This is all yours, isn't it, Harumi? Yes, sir. Harumi, why did you admit it? It's fine. He never listens. It's always like this. It's important to you, isn't it? Yes, but it's fine. I'm sorry I got you involved. I appreciate the effort, though. We're never going to talk to Harumi again. People don't change easily, you know. Harumi smiled sadly. He stopped watching anime entirely the day after that. Oh. I was too scared to ask him about it directly, so I contacted Kuzuryu. He said Harumi quit the manga club too. We no longer talked like we used to anymore. It was just like when we'd first met. No, it was even worse. After a while, Harumi stopped coming to the production. He quit being the director's assistant, saying he wanted to focus on studying. I felt a pang in my chest every time I looked at the photo in my planner. I'd never see him again, and we'd never happily talk about Saga or anything else, ever again. And we'll never see him when he's hot older Harumi. But he'll never be hot older Harumi because he's always just going to be, like, lost in the memories. He'll still look hot, but he'll just going to be miserable and depressed. A smile only in memory. That's depressing. Like, see, I hate the bad endings. The bad endings are, like, sad. I mean, the one passing out and fainting is kind of funny. You know what I mean? Like, that one's funny. Like, I know. I hate the... it's so... Yeah. It's just... It is really weird that they don't... I don't know. That should have been implemented a little bit better. But I guess you can't really do anything about that. Oh my god, I get it. Come on, go. Jesus. Oh my god. Just please skip. What do you like about her? Oh, Jesus Christ. And we have to let the freaking timer run out for everything. Oh. It just takes so long, guys. I don't like it. Oh my god. It's so annoying. Guys, it's so annoying. You know when we first did this and I clicked the wrong thing because I was like, oh my god, I was just too antsy. Yeah, and then now I'm like, oh my god, this takes forever. It gives us way too long. When you're not trying to, like, get it right, like when you're like, we watched the dolphin, oh my god, I gotta pick the right thing, and this time you're like, oh my god, it seems to go faster when you're trying to pick the right thing, but when you're not trying to pick anything, it takes goddamn forever. Would have been a short part if we didn't have to do, like, all of this. You know what I'm saying? How should we convince Kazuma? Don't do anything. We're losing our trust here, too. Proof? What does he mean by proof? The trust was lost. Hear the heart shatter. So funny. I get it now. You've been scrambling to get your story straight, but you can't fool me. You two are faking being a couple. No, we're not. We're... I tried to say something to salvage things, but I couldn't think of anything. So we've been found out. You're right, we're not really dating. It was convenient for me to pretend I had a girlfriend, so I had her help me out. There's nothing more to our relationship. So mad. Rumi, wait! That's the truth. I've accepted I'm a nerd, so there's no need to lie anymore. Let's stop pretending we're something that we're not. To lie anymore? He's right, but just now you called me your girlfriend. Was that... And there's no deeper meaning to it anymore. And thanks for all your help. Let's get back to work, okay, Miss Ueda? I'll see you at the studio. See you at the studio? Rumi laughed after saying that. Would he ever call me by my first name again? Seeing his expression shift, like he got over something, made me stop questioning him. There was a pain in my chest as he turned away. I wonder if my own feelings were all a lie, too. Aww. An unspeakable name. That's our bad ending title. Look at that. I'm just saying we haven't frozen at all, so it's obviously my computer is stupid. Fine. Whatever. Either that, I mean, I also switched the USB ports around so that this, so I'm like, maybe the USB port that this, my capture card was always plugged into doesn't work the best. So now my mouse is on it, because like, whatever. But I think it's just because my computer is fucking dumb and can't handle having multiple things plugged into it. Which it should be able to handle. It's only 3 USB ports, and why give me 3 if it's not going to be able to handle having 3, but whatever. In Prince Harumi's friends, you are his girlfriend. Okay, so we let the timer run out for the first 2. We answer the second 2, and then we let the timer run out on the third one, so. But anyway, either that or like just having my computer on, like other thing. I don't know, whatever. It's worked fine so far today, so like we're cool. Who asked the other out first? He asked. I asked. Pretzels? I don't know why the pretend time, the way it's written on the top of the little dial thing over there, makes me think of pretzels. I saw pretend and I went pretzels. That's why I said pretzels, because wait till it comes up again and look at it. Right here, see? Looks like pretzels. I wanted to hide it. Okay. See? Pretzels. Pretzel time. You want pretzels now, don't you? Nice, warm, soft pretzel. Anyway, if I could, I wanted to hide it. I know I would die from embarrassment. Oh my god. Rumi slipped up. How do you cover for him? He's joking. He's joking. Pebble belt. And then we let the timer run out, and then we can stare at the pretzel text. I feel like the name of that text font should be pretzel, because that's what it looks like. Doesn't it exactly look like pretzel? Don't you just see that? Where like, if you had a pretzel shop, that's how you'd write the text on it. That's exactly what it would look like. But like a little bit thicker, and then it would have little sprinkles of salt on it. It would also be brown, so it would look like a pretzel. But I'm just saying. Is it me? Does that font not look like pretzels? I don't know. Anyway. I'm also a little hungry, but I wasn't craving pretzels or anything. That's just what that reminded me of. The trust was lost. Bad end. Rejection. And we don't have to do the common route bad ending because we did that one already. Are you really dating? Well, we only just started. That's right, we just started. All right then, when did you get together? Can you say? No answer. That's not right. I knew it was a lie. You're wrong. I tried to convince them, but the girl's angry glares made me fall silent. See, there's nothing you can say. Well, I knew it from the start. It was all a lie. Like, why did you even lie about it? Do you think we're annoying, Harumi? That's not it. It's just... You keep quiet! So, answer us, Harumi. I knew it. Someone like me. Bliss. Makino? Makino's Makino's expression was stiff, as if he were closing himself off to everything around him, trying to live up to expectations. It's impossible for someone like me. Excuse me, Miss Ueda. Hi. Oh, wait! Hey, you haven't explained yet! He just runs away into nothing. So depressing. After that, Makino wouldn't answer my calls. He didn't contact me either. He stopped coming to the movie set, and when I hesitantly asked director Makino, he said that he'd become too busy with his studies and would no longer be helping. Is that the truth? Or is it because he doesn't want to see me anymore? Did I truly see him? Felt like something might blossom between us, but I let that chance slip away forever. Since then, I distanced myself from work. With Professor Asagi looking on in disappointment, I struggled to write a word. From then on, the days all blurred together. Aww. That end is titled Rejection. Harumi rejected us, we rejected our writing. Everything was rejected. Guys! Crushing. Look at that. Perfect hour. It would have taken a lot less if we didn't have to sit through all those damn pretend times. Note to self, remember how to do this next time. So, I'm guessing because those must be, I bet they're in the little after story, little side story things. Look at oh my god! Look at this! We get to see full body. What is with his little crop jacket? It's like a little Chanel cropped coat going on. It just looks so strange. You know, it's more like we're just trying to show you I mean, look, you could have given him a little cake or some shit, okay? I'm just saying, instead of like a pancake. Could have been like, a little junk in the trunk is nice, okay? We like booty too. Ladies. And then we could just scroll up and down. No, we have to just scroll into like his adorable, precious face. There you go. Look at that. Look at that. I love this. This is my favorite CG so far. Best CG in the game! Harumi, you had a freaking glow up. Jesus. You like the sun, sweetie. I love it so much. I love it. I mean, if he looked like this throughout the whole game, I'm not gonna lie. If it was like this was his character in the beginning, I'd have been like, I'm in love with him. But he had to have that glow up where he got his confidence and he's like, yeah, and just, you know, and I love that. I really did enjoy his route, I'm not gonna lie. But like I said, okay, just little hair, and he does have the sweet little innocent face, and so it's a little strange for you, but like his character and everything overall, perfect. This though, hell yeah, now I'm totally 100% there for it. I'm 120% into it. That's it. I'm just future Harumi. That's what I'm going for. Like, you know? Because he's still that freaking anime nerd underneath that sexiness. All I'm saying, and I'm here for this. So, yeah, this is the best CG of the game. I can't even. Kazuma, I loved you a lot, but like, hot future Harumi, taking the cake. Literally. The cake, the biscuits, the pie, the chicken, everything. He took the whole shebang, the whole feast, right here. Like, oh my god. Anyway, so yeah, we have to do, I believe Seina's route is next. I keep saying that, and I'm like 99% sure that's what it is, because Riku should be second to last, or whatever. So, yeah. That's, I mean, again, like they said, there's not, like, any, there's not any full-on recommended order, but yeah, because they said Kazuma, Harumi, and Yukito could be switched around, but Riku and Asagi should be the last two, and that's seems to be the thing. And I mean, that's just where we'll keep going, because that's just what we've done, so it makes sense. So Yukito, Seina, whatever. We finally won't have to call him Seina. We can call him Yukito. Anyway, we will do him next. Yeah, we will. I'm sorry. Yeah, so I don't know, for me, I'm just so happy that we got an hour, a whole fucking part recorded, and we didn't have to, like, reboot my freaking capture card and everything like 13 times. I'm so excited. This makes me... And then Harumi looks like this in the future. Like, I don't know, it's the best day ever. Anyway. Yeah, don't know if it'll be like weeks for me, or it can't be too long because, like I said, this, I think, is the beginning of May. This is gonna kind of end, I think, timing-wise. But, like, the end of May and sometime into June, there's a lot of time between the end of May and the beginning of June where I barely have, like, any time to record over, like, 3 weeks. So I have to do a lot in advance. So Sano's Route might come out pretty fast. I mean, for you, it's going to come out standard, but it's not going to be like me coming back and be like, it's been like a month. It's going to be like, it's been 2 days. I'm busting my ass here. So, you know what I mean? So I'm not sure because we have to start a whole new game because Pio Fiore is still going up in tandem with this, but I finished that before I started Makino's Route. So I got to start our new game. And that usually takes longer, but I think I'm going to have to, like, a little bit here, a little bit, and I'm going to have to mix them up, so. I don't know what's going to happen. You might see me back, not tomorrow, the day after, and be like, it's been 3 weeks! Holy shit! I gotta bust this out! Or you could see me like, nah, it's tomorrow. Who knows? You know what I mean? I don't know what's going to happen, but we will do Sano's Route next time. Excited for it, but, like, my god. Harumi, I can't even... If you look like this through the whole round, it wouldn't have been the same. You know what I mean? I think he would have hit totally different and like an adorkable nerd, but he definitely looks like he had a glow up and he looks like someone that has his shit kind of together, even if he's shy and a little awkward and like, but you know, but he's still like, you know, I don't want to, he might be shy and a little awkward, but he's still confident enough to get his shit together. You know what I mean? Like, oh, hey, I've got this business proposal. I'm totally in, like the way he is at the end of the good ending, like, oh yeah, I came up with this plan and here's this, and like kind of come into himself and a little sure of himself, even if he's still a little shy, if he's still a little nerd, you know what I mean? But like, that wouldn't have been the same. We needed the sweet, innocent Makino to get through to like the way he looks is exactly the way his character is. I'm shy, I'm awkward, I'm a nerd, I don't know how to talk to people, oh my god, I can't come out of my shell. And then he grows into this. No, you don't, game. No, you don't. Zoom in a little bit closer. Okay, there we go. I don't want to miss any of it. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Good God, though. This is the best fucking CG of this. I can't stop staring at it. I just want to make it my background. Good lord. Who thought that was gonna happen? You all knew. Anybody who played this game was like, wait for it. You were waiting for this reaction, weren't you? You knew. You knew damn well. How dare you? I'm just kidding. I hope my reaction lived up to your expectations. I'm just saying. Oh, good lord. Anyway, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up for adult Harumi. Look at him. I mean, he was already an adult, but like, full glow up, beautiful. Good lord. Anyway, and subscribe to see more.